Hi, this is Travis with Team TKK for our Week 9 group project. This week we are discussing forecasting analysis, cluster analysis, and trend analysis. Forecasting is the process of making predictions of the future based on the past, present, and most commonly by analysis of trends. A commonplace example might be estimation of some variable interest at some specified future date. Cluster analysis is a powerful tool on Tableau 10 that allows you to easily group similar dimension members. This type of clustering helps you to create statistically based segments which provide insight into how different groups are similar as well as how they are performing compared to each other. And finally, trend analysis is an aspect of technical analysis that tries to predict the future movement of a stock based on past data. Trend analysis is based on the idea of what has happened in the past, gives traders the idea of what will happen in the future. First, we have forecasting. I created forecasting stories showing the forecasts of profits and sales over the next year, both by quarter and monthly intervals. Each page in the story has a dashboard that contains visual representations of numbers, breakdowns for previous trends, future forecasting predictions. These trends represent how our profit has increased over time, our sales as the year goes along, with our lowest sales being at the beginning of the year. I looked at our profits and sales for our products based on the category, and they are grouped in. The forecast profit of technology is a constant rise, whereas other categories level out. This shows that technology is our best category based on the forecast to increase profit from previous quarters. Lastly, I created a profit margin calculation that looks at the profitability ratio for the category over the last 3 years. I then created a forecast to show how each category will do with profitability over the next 4 quarters. This shows the forecast profit for the next 4 quarters. Tableau makes really clean charts. This highlights the forecast of sales over the next 12 months. This shows the forecast of our products by category over the next 4 quarters. And then this highlights the calculated profit margin profitability ratio for our categories in the past 4 years. Then the next 4 quarters are forecast based on profit margin. Next, we have cluster analysis. First, we create a standard scatter plot, adding the measurements of number sales and sales price colored by product. Next, we use the cluster feature in Tableau. By removing the description and dragging the cluster pill, we get the same graph with a basic switching of color. This could be altered, but not now. Besides the coloring difference, the values are identical by comparison. A calculated field is created on the sales price and sales unit cluster that sets a Boolean value to sales units below 20. This can be dragged onto color to mark them appropriately. This is a general trendline analysis that shows a decline of sales over 1 year, month by month. These are two charts to compare the sales of units to number of units sold. You can see that the east, as unit prices drop, sales increase, which means as you lower the price, more people buy it, in layman's terms. This shows a linear trend analysis of the devices we have for sale. You can tell right away that all items sales are on the incline except for the Galaxy S7. Number of units sold are on the rise on all three versus the Galaxy S7 that is not. This shows you in a nutshell that all products decrease in value with the amount of shelf time that's added. Using a simple else-if structure in a calculation field, I've made it so that if all profits are above $2,000, it's considered good profit. If it's in between $1,900 and $2,000, it's acceptable. And if it's below $1,900, it's below margin. Let me give you a quick visual as to what this looks like. The simple else-if structure is as such. If it's above $2,001, it's good profit. If it's in between $2,000 and $1,901, then it's acceptable. And if it's below $1,900, then it's just below margin. The cool thing about this feature is you could add this to the presentation level. You do not need to go back into your database to make changes. So if you have to display this to corporate staff or your boss, and you only have 10 minutes, this option is for you, whereas you can't go into a database and restructure it in 10 minutes and then get the reports printed back out. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that it's informational for any of the viewers.